Would you rather spend $334 on one pair of shoes or $334 on 12 pair of shoes? Hey guys, it's your girl Carrie, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my off-season fall shoe haul, and it will be in two parts. The first part, I will be sharing things that I picked up this off-season from August till now until October, and those items will be worn next summer and spring. And then in part two, the video that will be coming up in part two, I will be sharing the off-season items that I bought last end of winter, beginning of spring for this upcoming fall and winter. So let's get started. So in the beginning, I asked a question: would you rather buy one pair of shoes for $334 or 12 pairs of shoes for $334? Now, most experts would say buy the best quality that you can afford. So buy the one pair of shoes for $334 because those are going to last longer. The general consensus is the more you spend, the better the quality. Now, that's generally true, but not necessarily true. And so the idea is that you're supposed to buy quality over quantity. And I am a big proponent of that. I love quality over quantity, but being the analytical person that I am and my little CPA brain, I'm going to think a little bit further. So when I'm thinking about, should I spend $334 on one pair of shoes? My first question is, what am I using those shoes for? Would it make sense for me to spend that kind of money on a shoe that I may wear only one time, like let's say for a wedding or a party or an event? No, ma'am. I don't think that would be a good use of my money. But if I was going to wear that $334 shoe every day or every other day as like an everyday shoe, or it was my workhorse shoe, then yes, $334 might make sense. But for me, I happen to love shoes, number one, and number two, I like to get the best bang for my buck. So I personally would like to try to get 12 pairs of shoes that would cost around $300 each, but get all 12 of them for $334. When I'm considering purchasing a quality shoe, when I'm looking at a shoe and trying to determine if it is the best quality for the best price that I can afford, I'm looking at the 5 C's. And those 5 C's are the composition, what is the shoe made of, the construction, how is the shoe made, characteristics, the details of the shoe, what makes the shoe special, why should this shoe cost so much. I'm also looking at the comfort. At this age, there is no thing as beauty hurts. I am all about comfort. At this big old age of 46, I am totally about comfort. No more shoes for me that are not comfortable. And the 5th C is cost. And when I talk about cost, I'm also looking at the cost per wear. How often will I be wearing this shoe? And does the cost reflect the value? So I did a video several years back when I went into Target and I said, I do not buy shoes from Target because Target shoes are overpriced and quite frankly, they are cheap. And some of you Target diehard fans came after me in the comments, but many of you appreciated me actually showing you. I actually bought some of my shoes into Target and compared my shoes to Target shoes and how much I paid for my shoes versus how much the Target shoes were, and you guys were amazed. I'll leave a link to that video down below, and just in case you want to check it out. But let's first look at the 12 shoes that I purchased this off season. And for those of you who are wondering, very Carrie, if you're so smart and you're so mathematical, why wouldn't you just spend $30 on one pair of shoes and pocket the rest of the money or use it for something else since you got a great deal. What do you need 12 shoes for? I ain't perfect. I love shoes. There you go. First up, we're going to explore some vegan shoes. I think you guys have come for me in the comments saying, Carrie, everyone doesn't want to wear leather. You're always promoting leather shoes. So I have quite a few of shoes that are vegan friendly. And first off, we're going to start off with these plastic shoes. Now, normally I'm not a fan of plastic shoes, but I absolutely do love a cute jelly. So I bought these beautiful jelly slides, like thong sandals, and they're by the brand Nicole Miller. I got them from Nordstrom's, and what I like about them is that they're just a nude subtle color and they just look feminine. They're really nice, and they have this bling, like these little plastic bling burst on the front, and this is perfect for vacation, like if you're going to the beach or if you're, you know, by the poolside and you just want to look, you know, elegant and classy, but you need the right shoe that can actually get wet and sustain water and sand. So when I'm choosing a plastic shoe, I'm looking, can you see, to make sure that there are no raises or bumps, no roughness around the edges. A lot of times when you pick up plastic shoes, let's say from like Walmart or places like that, the edges are rough and they're not smooth, they're kind of jagged. You'll see pieces of plastic poking out. You don't want any of that. You want to just make sure that it's nice. If you can see all the detail in the heel, it's kind of like different little levels of heel, and it's just super cute, and I just love this little detail right here. Now this shoe I picked up from Nordstrom's. It was originally $19 and I got it for $5. Here is another beautiful plastic jelly type shoe. This is by Jeffrey Campbell. I like the Jeffrey Campbell brand, and if you don't know anything about me yet, you must know that I also love the Horsebit, and I've loved Horsebit for years. And when I saw these, I just had to grab them. And this is, again, this can be like a, you know, elevated everyday jelly shoe that you can just slip on in the summer. And it just, you know, is very simple, vegan friendly, and I just absolutely love these. And it's a thick jelly shoe, a jelly plastic, and I think what elevates them is this beautiful Horsebit. It is a antique bronze Horsebit across the front of the shoe, and these were $44.95, and I got them on sale for $24.95. Rip me out the plastic because I'm acting brand new. Do you see these? I think these might be my favorite of the bunch, and absolutely love these. Told you, love the Horsebit detail, but again, this one also combines another thing that I love, and I love bamboo. You guys know I love all the natural materials, so combining the Horsebit and bamboo together, I couldn't resist. Now, I had my eyes on these shoes for a while, waiting for them to go on sale. I didn't get them at the deep discount I normally do because they were running low, and I just did not want to miss the chance of owning these shoes. Now, these shoes here are vegan-ish, and the reason I say vegan-ish is because most of it is synthetic or faux leather, and you can always tell the composition of a shoe by either looking at the bottom. You'll see this, identity tag, and it'll tell you the different parts of the shoe and what it's made of. So this right here refers to the upper, which is this part of the shoe, the top part of the shoe. Then you would see the inner, and the inner would be the inside, the lining of the shoe. And this here, that's why I say it's vegan-ish. It's a combination of fabric or synthetic materials and leather. If you see that little hide symbol, that means leather. And then the sole, which is the bottom of the shoe, that is also synthetic man-made material. So this triangle is synthetic man-made materials. So I don't know what portion of the inside of the shoe is leather. It could be just this little piece here. I'm not sure. So it's kind of vegan-ish. And this shoe does not look cheap and plasticky. I love the cushion. It has a lot of cushion in it. It's really well made. If you look, you can't see any glue. Love the way that in the front it has the bottom of the shoe sticking out, if you can see that, like this little lip here. And I call that the kickability test, because when you're walking, a lot of times I kick the sidewalk or kick a space when I'm walking, and usually if this is just leather in the front, it will just scratch or it will rip, and it will just show the wear and tear easily. So this is a good feature to kind of have on your shoe. I love the characteristics. When we talk about one of the C's, what are the characteristics? The characteristics and details of this shoe is just having this beautiful, you know, bamboo piece with the antique gold portion, this horsebit, and I just think this is fabulous. Now this shoe was originally $120, and I got it on sale for $65. Now this was the most expensive shoe out of all the shoes in the bunch that I'm going to share with you. It was not the most expensive retail shoe, but the most expensive that I actually paid for out of pocket. And I'm okay with that, because this is one of my favorite shoes and I will wear it for many, many years to come. Now, when I'm thinking about this shoe, spending $66 on it, I know that I need to get my cost per wear out of these shoes. And what do I mean by that? I like to make sure that I wear my cost per wear for each shoe or piece of clothing or something like that is $1 or under. So that means I need to wear these shoes at least 66 times. And so for me, that's like, okay, I hope to have these for several years. If I wear these 10 times a year over the next 6 years, I will get my cost per wear out of the shoe. And wouldn't you know, about 2 weeks after I picked up this shoe, I was at one of my favorite consignment antique shops, and look what I found. This beautiful genuine leather, it's a patent leather vintage bag, and look, remember I tell you this is a classic, timeless, elegant look. And I found this beautiful bamboo purse. It has the bamboo handle, and it just goes exceptionally well with my new shoes. Now you can mix leather types. That's patent leather. This is just regular leather, but because they will be so far apart from each other, it really doesn't matter. And I just can't wait to wear this combination next next summer and spring. The next 3 pairs of shoes that I'm going to share with you, I love them so much. I did not buy them once. I did not buy them twice, but I bought them thrice, because that's how much I really adored these shoes. And this is another vegan option where the leather is faux leather, but it looks really nice, supple quality, and you just really can't tell that it is faux leather. So let's take a look at these beauties over here. So these beautiful strappy sandals are by the brand Dolce Vita, and let me zoom in so you can see that, by Dolce Vita. And I'm going to do a separate video talking about this brand and how you don't want to get duped by a dupe. But anyhow, these right here are excellent. Absolutely love these. I've been eyeing these for over the past 3 years. Now, these shoes originally ran $120 in department stores several years ago, and then over time they've made their way to TJ Maxx, Marshalls, DSW, and all of the discount stores. So the first one that I picked up, these plastic ones, And normally I am not a plastic, like this type of plastic, the clear plastic shoe girl, but this one just is something about it. I think because you mixed in the natural materials and all of the studs, it just made it so, so nice. And then mixed in this beautiful faux leather. This leather right here reminds me of the I guess if you're Italian, you'll say vachetta. If you're English, you'll say the vachetta. That type of leather that you'll find on the handles of like the Louis Vuitton handbags and things like that. But these shoes I picked up for $15. Now they were originally, I saved the receipt so I could show them to you, $49.99. I taught you how to read the price tags at TJ Maxx. If you want to know all about TJ Maxx pricing, I'll leave that video below. And then they were marked down on clearance for $20. But then I saw a different size. As you can see, I have a size 10 here. That was marked down to $15. And I asked, because they marked them down further for me, so I got these $120 shoes for $15 from TJ Maxx. The same thing happened here with the nude color shoe. These were originally $49.99 at TJ Maxx, and they were marked down to $20, but they did honor the $15 price when I saw the different size marked down to $15. And just look at the shoe. It's just really constructed really nicely. It looks great on my foot. I love the slight, angled square toe. It's not, a blunt square. It's kind of like, angled off. It's kind of, see, is a slanted square. And that's very flattering on my foot. And if you know anything about me, if I shared all my shoes in my closet, you would see a theme. You would see a ton of espadrille wedges. I love a wedge. At my age, a wedge heel is fantastic. So I love a wedge and I love an espadrille. And the black ones, I actually found these in Ross. Ross was also carrying them this year, and they were marked down. They were originally, I think, $18.99 in Ross, but when they went on clearance, they were marked down to $8.99. So I got these for $9. So $15, and $9. Originally, all three pair would have been 120 times 3 is 360, and to pick all three pair up for what, 15 is 30, 39 bucks. You can't beat that. Here is another vegan friendly option, and I bought these almost 2 years ago. So I bought these last fall, last winter going into spring, so that I could wear them this upcoming season. And as you can see, you can probably see my toe print there. I wore these this summer. Absolutely love them. Had my eye on them for a couple of years, but these were going for about 90 bucks. Were they 90 or $120? Either way, I did not want to spend that kind of money on this shoe. And the reason is because I knew I wasn't going to get my cost per wear out of these shoes. This is not an everyday shoe. This is something that can really go nice with summer dresses. It can go with a lot of things, but I wouldn't wear it every day. And then also because this part here is fabric, as you can see, I only wore them about 5 times this summer, and over time this fabric part is going to get really dirty, and it's going to be hard to wash or get cleaned, and that's going to add an extra cost onto the shoe. So I wish the entire inside was lined with like this faux leather. Again, this is faux leather. It's not, real leather. So this shoe is a perfect option for my vegan friends out there. But you guys know I love the natural fabrics, and that's what's trending right now. All the raffia, all of the rattan and things like that in shoes. I don't think that's going to be around several years from now, but here's a tip. If it's something you absolutely love, when the trend comes around, jump on it, because it's not going to be a trend for you. I will wear these for years and years and years to come. So because I didn't want to pay the $90, I waited a couple years, and this year I got them for $27, and I will definitely get my cost per wear. Now we have left the realm of veganism. No more vegan shoes. We are going straight to the meat eaters. Yes, we're talking about our leather shoes. So I think I provided quite a few options for the vegans. I think I had 7 pairs of shoes that were actually vegan friendly. Now, I absolutely love this pair of shoes. Again, I told you I have a weakness for wedges and a weakness for espadrille type shoes. So I'm going to zoom in on this shoe because it is just so fabulous. Now this shoe right here is by the brand Vince Camuto, and this was originally selling for $140. I picked these up from Dillard's on their season end clearance, and they were $140, but I got them for $40. And I just love this color. The color to me just looks super, just rich. I just love that color. And if you zoom in on the details of the shoe, the padding, these are just super comfortable. Really, really comfortable. Just look at the stitching. Everything just looks beautifully put together. I love this detailing here. Again, we have the kickability test. If I'm kicking all over that sidewalk, my shoes are not going to get ruined. This leather here is not going to get ruined. Well, actually, the upper is leather. Remember we talked about the different parts of the shoe? This part, all of the upper outer parts are leather, but the insole, like the sole inside, the inside of the shoe, this is actually faux. This is a faux leather, but it looks supple and rich, right? It's very comfortable. Then you have this wood detailing. Then you have all of this, stitching down here. And look how you just want to always look when you're looking at the quality of the shoe. You don't see any glue. You don't see any strings hanging out. You don't see any weaving pieces coming out of this, raffia or hyacinth. And it's just absolutely beautiful. And this part here, just the attention to detail. I love this leather tab at the end of the grosgrain ribbon, like the tie that ties around your ankle. It's just super, super beautiful. And then the bottom is just a rubber heel, and that's good because it helps you from slipping and sliding. It gives you a nice grip. And I think this is my second favorite pair of shoes, besides the bamboo slides that have the horsebit detail on them. But these are wonderful. We are keeping in line with this natural theme. I told you guys I absolutely love natural fabrics. You will see a ton of rattan, raffia, and all those types of textural organic materials in my home decor. I love it in my home decor, and I also love it in my fashions. And so this shoe right here, whew, I absolutely love. Let me turn the camera around and zoom in on this beauty. This shoe right here is called the Nat Note, and it's by the brand Antonio Melani. And just look at this. I love all of the raffia, the rope detail, and look at this beautiful, stitching around it. And this kind of reminded me of all the slides that you see coming out, like those Christian Dior slides. It doesn't have the word Christian Dior displayed all over it, but in terms of the style and shape, I love that shape of shoe for my foot, but there was no way I'm spending that kind of money, and I just didn't want all those words displayed across the shoe. And then also Steve Madden made a kind of like a dupe of that Christian Dior slide where they had the words Paris and all the different cities for different countries on there, and I thought those were cute. But these right here I just thought were elegant, timeless, and classic, and they would just never go out of style. When you see those other shoes, you would think of a certain era and time and a trend, and they will, you know, you just say, oh, I remember back in the early 2020s those were, you know, in. These right here, you would just look at them for their absolute beauty. These are super comfortable. This inside is all leather, and then the top, you know, it's leather throughout the entire insole. This is the raffia, and look how beautiful the bottom of the shoe is as well. And then the bottom is leather with a rubber heel so you won't slide. And I just thought this shoe was absolutely fab. This shoe cost $118, and I got it for $29.99. And I will definitely be taking these on vacation with me this summer when we go on our vacation to Bali, Singapore, and Qatar. So I'll have those. And look at the box. The box was so cute. Just the packaging and everything. These shoes are everything. Now you're going to say, Very Carrie, another pair of espadrille wedges? Yes, yes, yes. And I absolutely love these. Again, I bought these last year and off season. And I actually wore these this past summer, and I absolutely enjoy them. These I got from TJ Maxx, but they were originally selling them in Anthropologie. The brand is called Maple, and they are made in Spain. These, you know, shoes are made in Spain. You have the espadrille, and everything else is leather with the beautiful big gold studs on them. These were originally $150 in Anthropologie, and they were out a few years back, and they had this exact style in TJ Maxx for a couple of years now, and they were selling them discounted. I think they were $150 in Anthropologie. When they made it to TJ Maxx, the retail price in TJ Maxx was $49.99, and I got these for $10. And again, when you talk about cost per wear, if I just wear these 10 times, I get, you know, to my dollar cost per wear. These were an excellent buy, excellent deal. They're very comfortable, and the wedge is a lower profile, so you can walk, you know, quite a long time in these shoes. And I still see these on discount in TJ Maxx. If you would like to pick those up, just take a look in your TJ Maxx. I am by no means a sneaker girl. I think I only own 2 pair of actual sneakers where I actually walk in for my walking and exercise, and then another pair of sneakers that, you know, I also use for working out. All of the other sneaker type shoes I have an affinity for those retro type of sneakers that have like the gum, rubber gum sole, and I'm so glad that that is becoming very popular again. And so I have been collecting retro rubber gum brown colored bottom sneakers over the past, you know, several years. Whenever I find a pair, I'll pick them up, and so I just found this pair in TJ Maxx. So this is a beautiful olive green sneaker by the brand Vince, not to be confused with the brand Vince Camuto. These are 2 totally separate, you know, lines. So Vince, they're pretty, you know, I would say mid-tier price. These shoes were These sneakers were $99.99 in TJ Maxx, and that was the discounted price at TJ Maxx. If you look at Bloomingdale's or Dillard's or Neiman Marcus or Nordstrom's, this shoe runs, I want to say it was $160 some places and $200 at other places. This is, you know, it's a suede and a leather shoe with the light rubber sole that kind of partially goes up in the front, and it's more of kind of like a walking sneaker, kind of like a dressy casual type sneaker, not your normal like sneaker. And these are the kinds of sneakers that I like to wear when I, you know, need to walk for a long time, want to just kind of be a little bit casual but a little bit dressy, and I think this is the perfect fall color. Now these were $99.99 and I got them on clearance for $39. Now I have saved the best for last. Now many of you, this may not be the best, but this shoe here, I absolutely adore. This is probably my most worn shoe in my closet over the past 3 years. Now, have you ever bought a shoe and then wore it out and said, I need to find that exact shoe again? Well, that was me. This pair of shoes that I'm going to show you, I bought 3 years ago. I think it was right when we went on our trip to Dubai, or maybe the year after when we went to Egypt. Either way, I've had these shoes for about 3 years and I've worn them everywhere. And this is the perfect traveling shoe. Like if you need to walk long distances, I mean, it's the most comfortable shoe. And it's a shoe that I thought I would never, ever get, because I always thought they were super ugly, but I needed to find a style that would fit me. And that is the dad sandal. Now I think several years back, Chanel came out with this dad sandal and it was all the rage, and those shoes were, you know, astronomically high. And I thought they, quite frankly, were ugly until I slipped my foot in a pair and I said, whoa, these are the most comfortable shoes, but I still don't like them. Let me find something that's my style. So here is my version, my very Carrie version of the dad sandal. Look how beautiful that is. Now, you either gotta, you know, you're going to love it or hate it. But what I love so much about this shoe is such a low profile. It's not thick and clunky like all the other shoes, and it kind of escalates into a wedge heel. And I think this wooden detail on the heel gives it an, you know, upscale look versus all of the others, all of the other dupes, all the other brands. They have a, you know, rubber thick sole, and it just doesn't look as classy to me, in my opinion. And then what I also like, if you look, let's see if we can look down in the shoe, if I could pull that apart, it kind of like molds to your foot. It's like a cradle. As you can see, it cradles your foot, almost like if you, you know, stuck a, you know, what is it, Dr. Scholl's gel pad shoe in there and it's molded to your foot. Just the most comfortable, easy shoe to wear if you're going traveling. It has the Velcro, straps, easy to get on, easy to get off. It's all leather. It has that kickability factor that I talked about. I was kicking, you know, the Great Pyramids of Giza in Egypt as I was climbing the pyramids. I was all through the desert. I mean, these shoes took a beating. These are the newer ones. Let me just put the new one next to the old one so you can see how well they wore out. As you can see, I said I was kicking everything. These shoes have seen so many countries, so many things. These shoes have been through it all. But as you can see, it takes on your footprint. It started to wear inside. But when you think about wearing these, I wore these at least 3 times a week for the last 3 years. So over 300 wears. I think they held up fantastically. You can just see the coloration. It's kind of, you know, gotten a little bit darker over time. As you can see, the heel, I mean, I wore that heel off. As you can see, if you look on the bottom, that heel is, yeah, it's seen some things. So this pair of shoes were the best deal overall, because when you factor in the cost per wear, like for example, the new pair cost me $49, but I do plan to wear these over 300 times like I did the other pair. And so at $49 with 300 wears, that would be about 16 cents. These shoes cost me 16 cents as opposed to all the others about $1 or so per wear. This is the best deal. And even if I would have spent the $198 that these shoes went for, these would have been the best deal in terms of economics for me. Why? Because at $198, if I wore this shoe 300 plus times, it's still only 66 cents per wear. So this would be the best deal. So when you're thinking about, do I want to spend a lot of money on shoes? I would definitely consider how often and how often you would actually wear the shoe. The more you wear the shoe, I would say the higher the price you should pay. If you're going to wear a shoe a few times, try to get that cost down as low as possible, because again, you know, even if you pay $20 for a shoe and you only wear it one time, it's $20 as your cost per wear. So the grand total for all 12 pairs of shoes came to $334, and that averaged about $28 a shoe. And the retail price for all 12 pairs of those shoes totaled $1,390. So I was able to get 12 pairs of shoes for $334 that were valued at $1,390. And I think that's a great deal. That's an overall savings of 75% off the retail price. Let me know in the comments, what is your average price per shoe? How much do you guys spend on a pair of shoes, or does it depend, kind of like me, you evaluate the price based on how often you're going to wear it or the occasion? I usually try to stay under $40 for a pair of shoes. If it's going to cost me over $40, it must be a very special shoe. And I have been known over the years to, you know, spend a little money on something that I absolutely love. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative as I come up with the other haul for the shoes that I'm going to be wearing now. I'll give you a few more tips when you're actually looking for quality when buying your shoes, because each shoe is different and you just kind of got to know what to look for. And so until next time, I'm going to keep calm and carry on. Bye guys.